last series, I sampled my first EV motorbike, the Zero, and was blown away by its thundering lag-free power. No howling exhaust note, but no less buzz.
I don't know how anyone can not have fun on an electric bike.
But there was a but, a cost of 20 grand plus.
So what if you want to get onto an electric bike, but you don't want the big price tag?
The answer is to look at a less hardcore class like a commuter bike. But will you still get enough EV smiles per mile? We've got 3 price points, from 3 to 6 grand, and 3 tests to answer that question. And the first is how the bikes feel on the road, and the cheapest one is up first.
I'm starting with the Piaggio 1 Active. Now, there is a cheaper base model, but this Active version boosts the top speed from 28 to 38 miles per hour, which really makes a difference when you're fighting your way through city traffic. But it does mean that you need an A1 licence to ride it.
This is a special licence beyond the CBT, which allows you to ride up to 125cc.
So considering it's got a big battery in it, it feels really light and agile.
It's decent for popping to the shops, but it's not that zippy, and figures-wise, not that special. The range in eco mode is supposed to be 52 miles, but top speeds are limiting and a bit slow for the city. In sport mode, which I prefer, your range is going to be closer to 40. More speed, less range.
Now, the really cool thing about the Piaggio is that it does have a reverse mode. So that gives you a bit of extra push when you're backing out of a parking space, especially if you've not parked on flat ground. Change your mode, and then you're away again.
Next up, the Supersoco TC Max. More my thing. It looks like a proper motorbike, and a 6.8 horsepower electric motor gives this bike the performance of a petrol 125.
So there are 3 different power modes on the Supersoco. 1 limits your speed to about 30 miles per hour. 2 limits it to 40, and 3 is unlimited. So I should be able to get about 56 miles per hour out of this.
I like this one. Still, I was expecting a bit more oomph than a petrol bike, but actually it's about the same performance. Finally, the Maeving RM1. This retro-styled machine is arguably the coolest looking, but also the most expensive at 6 grand, and yet it's less powerful than the Supersoco.
Well, this bike definitely feels more retro. Not only the styling, but even just how I'm sat on it. The stitched seat hugs you towards the bike, and you're leant further forward as well on this kind of style. The bike is super quiet. You're definitely tuned in to all of the noises around town more than the actual bike. Everything about this bike feels high quality. When I look down at the handlebars, everything's shiny, well put together. The seat feels nice, and even the tank as well. Right, let's open the throttle a bit, see what the Maeving can do. Yeah, not as quick as the Supersoco, but it's still got a nice bit of power for around town riding. Well, now I've ridden all 3 bikes around town, I have to say, this Maeving, I think, tops the charts for me. I love how quiet it is, I love the styling of it, and I think it's just got the right amount of power for getting around town.
So that's how they ride. How about charging?
In theory, you should be able to just take the batteries out of each one and put them on charge in your home or office. Let's see how easy that actually is. So starting with the Piaggio, I just lift the seat up, unplug it and pull it out. 15 kilograms. It's got some weight to it, but it's doable. Onto the Supersoco. This has got a 20 kilogram battery. So again, I need to unplug this one, use the key to unlock it and pull. It's a bit awkward, this one, and an extra 5 kilograms. It's a bit heavy at 20k. And it's a big chunk of weight. Okay, the Maeving R1. This is the heaviest out of all of them at 26 kilograms, but it's split into 2 batteries. So there's one in the side and another battery in the tank area. So it's a bit more manageable, split into 2, but I'm still not sure if I'd want to be carrying this up to the 8th floor office.
With the batteries, you get what you pay for and how far you go. And only the Piaggio is genuinely easy. It's a similar picture for practicality. If you had to bring home a birthday cake, say, which bike can handle it?
Definitely not going down.
None of them are particularly practical.
No.
But the Piaggio is just more helpfully planned.
It's closed.
And now it's time for the agility test.
When you're nipping around town, agility is more important than speed. So let's see which of these 3 bikes is quickest around my slalom of cones. Let's go. Right, first bike up for the agility test is the Piaggio. So let's go through the cones, side to side. Yeah, just how you expect a moped to be. Really nimble. Okay, turning around at the end. Back through. Woo! Yeah, I can just imagine going around Italy on one of these.
The Piaggio does the course in 19 seconds.
Okay, time for the Supersoco. Supersoco is the quickest of them all. Let's see if it does that on the slalom. Okay, we've got to the end, turn around. Right, back through the cones. It does feel quicker than the Piaggio. 18.84 seconds. Yeah, well, it's got a quicker top speed. It was bound to be quicker than the Piaggio. But will the Maeving do it? Let's see. Okay, the final bike, the Maeving. Got the longest wheelbase of all the bikes. I wonder if that's going to make a difference. Ugh. Yeah, it definitely feels... Oh, it definitely feels tighter between the cones. Okay, let's go, 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 go. Oh, it doesn't feel nowhere near as agile as the others. Oh, and the time, 19.63. Yeah, the slowest out of them all. It definitely doesn't feel as agile. I think that long wheelbase is slowing down the agility on this one.
So 3 different solutions for people looking for an electric commuter bike.
They're such different machines, and I'm sure there'll be takers for all of them. The Maeving won the road test, the Piaggio won the practicality test, and the Supersoco did best in agility. So any of them could have won overall. But it proves that there's choice, and that's what's great about it. And as time goes on, that choice is going to get even greater.